so I'm outside. So you may be able to hear some outdoor type noises, such as bugs buzzing around. You might hear the plants growing. I like Solitaire. It's a great game for when you are, well, alone. I don't know if you saw how bad that shuffle was, but none of the cards got shuffled. There we go. I don't know how to do the back bridge shuffle, whatever it's called. Just a simple little shuffle. But yes, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to play Solitaire. Everyone plays Solitaire a bit differently. You know, different rules and such. There's quite a few variations on it. It's actually, I would say, a category of games rather than one game itself. But because you're playing by yourself, it doesn't really matter which version you're playing, so long as you're consistent with your own rules. So that being said, you may have heard other variations on this, but this is just how I was taught and how I play. So the first thing you're gonna want to do is deal out 7 piles with increasing amounts of cards in each one. So I shall demonstrate. Okay, so we have 7 piles, and then what I'm gonna do is we're gonna leave 1 in the first one, and then we're gonna go and fill in the other ones, and then we're gonna leave 2 in the second one, and so on. So basically, what we're gonna have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, with 7 cards in the 7th pile. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and straighten out the piles because they look not too great. Alright, so we have 7 beautiful piles here. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to flip the top card up, and only the top card up on each pile. So, again, I shall demonstrate. I also should mention that, as with most games, the jokers have been taken out already. So, I actually only found 1 joker in the deck. I don't know what I did with the other one. Anyways, so this is what we have to start. So, we've got the board here. The goal of the game is to basically make 4 piles in order of 4 piles for each suit. So you're gonna have a hearts pile, a spades pile, a clubs pile, and a diamonds pile. And they're gonna be in ascending order of value as card suits. So it's gonna be at the very end, we're gonna have 4 piles. We're gonna have, for example, the ace of hearts, then 2, 3, 4, etc., all the way all through king you win or lose. So, I have never actually explained how to play this game to someone, so this is quite interesting. You have the pile of cards in your hand, and you don't want to look at them, like you don't want to flip through them or whatever. Not quite yet. What you're gonna want to do is you can flip them up in sets of 3. So for example, what I'm gonna do is take the top 3 cards and flip them up, and I'm only gonna look at the one that's here. Okay, and then so basically if there's nowhere I can play this card, I have to get rid of it. So basically nothing behind the 2 cards, nothing behind this card is accessible to you until you've used the top one. So I'm going to take those 3 cards and I'm just going to put them right back at the bottom of the deck. I should also mention, I haven't moved anything on the board because there is nothing to move yet. So it's kind of a bad example of a setup, but let's try another one so I can demonstrate how you can actually play cards. So I'll take the next 3 up. And we also can't play this one, so I will just continue to pull up some more cards. Okay, we can't play this one either. Okay, so finally we have something we can play. I can play this right here. So the way you can play things is they have to be descending in number and alternating suits. Sorry, not suits, colors. So I couldn't have taken this 4 and put it on top of this 5 because they're both black. But I could play the 4 because it's red on top of black 5. So yeah, that's why I could play that. So now we've got 2 more, and I can't play this anywhere, so I'm gonna put it back in the pile. Drop another 3. We've got a red jack. You might also hear some wind chimes. I think wind chimes are beautiful. Okay, so now we're cooking with gas, as they say. So I've got a red 6. So what I can do is put that on top of the black 7. Okay, there's actually a couple things we can do here. So I'm going to show you all of them one by one. The first thing is what we know how to do. Is put this black 5. We take the whole pile off here because now we can move the black 5 onto this red 6. The reason we'd want to do this is because now we can access the cards underneath. Every time you move one of the cards off the board, like the one we just moved, you can flip the card under it up. So not all of them, but now we have another card available on the board. The second thing that I noticed that we can do this turn is that I have an ace. And so you might say, oh, well, just put the ace on the 2. Well, what you do with aces, as there are only 4 of them, is you start the winning piles. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this ace right up there, and that's gonna start the winning pile. So now everything we do is to build up 4 piles up here. We're gonna have the spades, etc., etc. And then on top of the ace, it's gonna go 2, 3, as I said, all the way up to king. I still see a couple things we can do, so I will just explain them as I go. I can move the 2 on top of the ace, now into the winning pile. And I do that, A, to build up my winning pile, and B, so I can flip this card up. So now we have, this pile is done. As in, there's no more cards underneath it. The other thing I can do is that I still have this jack. It's a black jack, so I can play it on top of red queen. And I can also now move this 10, red 10 on top of a black jack in order to flip this up. Would you look at that? It's the 3 of clubs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that, and if you're kind of catching on to the patterns, we're gonna put it on top of the pile we've got going. We can flip this up, and we can also actually now do the 4 on top of the pile. And flip it up again. Okay, so now we're developing the game out a little bit. You also may be looking at this and thinking, oh, okay, so move that 7 on top of the 8. And yeah, we totally can and should do that. But I want to wait, because if you empty a blank space on the board, so for example, if I did move the 7 over to the 8, like this, then I would have an open spot. You're always allowed to have 7 piles. You can have fewer piles, but you're always allowed to have 7. The only rule, I guess, is that it can only play a king in a blank spot. And so the reason I'm not moving the 7 over here yet is because I can't move it back once I do. Once I officially move it, I can't move it back because you can only play kings in blank spots, if that makes sense. So let's continue to play by taking another 3. So there's nowhere to put this black queen, so we just have to put the 3 back at the bottom. Again, nowhere to play the 7, so. Now, another little strategy that I take into the game. So basically, some games I am pretty certain are unwinnable. The cards are just not, it's not possible to actually get the cards in the right order. And so sometimes that happens and you may lose, and if you lose you just have to, gather them all up and put them back in the, start over again. But there is some strategy involved. You don't just play whatever you can play, which was kind of what I did in the beginning. But basically, if we have something like this, like a 5 that we could possibly play here, a consideration you might want to make is, do I want to do that? Especially when you're considering how many cards are in your pile, your treasury, or whatever this is called. If you have a multiple of 3, if you allow me to get a little mathematical for a second, if you have a multiple of 3, so if you have 3, 6, 9, whatever, well, not 3, but if you have 6, 9, 12, then you're only going to be getting the same 3 cards, or the same cards over and over again, because you're only going to be flipping up 3. But if you have not a multiple of 3, you're gonna get different cards because it's gonna cycle through them with each set of 3. And so, like, when you have fewer than this, you're gonna want to be aware of that. But since I'm just demonstrating, I will let the cards fall as they may, so to speak. Or maybe that's the chips. Well, no matter. I'm gonna play this 5. We got another ace. We're gonna take this one and put it right up there with the other pile. So as soon as aces show up, you just wanna throw them right up there, because now there's no reason not to. Like, that's the goal of the game, if that makes sense. Okay, so now we have a king. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the 7 like I was talking about. And so we still have 7 piles. Again, we're sort of building this up. And we'll just keep pressing on. It would be nice to get the ace of hearts, to be able to put that up there so I could get this guy out and see the other 6 cards underneath here. So, red jack, nothing. Black king. Now, so here's where strategy comes into play. I didn't need to move that king, so I could have waited. And if I had waited, well, I suppose I wouldn't have gotten to it just yet, because the cycle wouldn't have led me to this one. But if I had just played the black king instead of a red king, then I could have moved this queen onto it and reached the 2 or 3 cards that are still under there. But alas, I can't play this king, so. Okay, so I can play a black queen. Let me just count how many cards I have. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay. So if I get rid of 1, I'm not gonna have a multiple of 3. So I think it's a safe bet to get rid of 1. But then if I get rid of 1 more, I do believe I will have a multiple of 3. So I should not do that unless I know that I'm safe to do so. Okay, so I'm not going to play something, even though I can play this 8 and put it on here. I don't want to limit myself to having that multiple of 3, so I'm just going to put it back. I'm going to play the 9 so I can move this pile. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that, because I already forgot what it was. But you're not supposed to see what's under there, so you don't play biasedly, you know? Like, if I knew it was under here, I'd intentionally try to move this one. When you don't know, it's a chance. Okay, so I feel like I lost count if I have 3 or not, but it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna play it out. I'm gonna put that 2 there. So now if the 3 comes up, the 3 of spades, I'll just play it on there, and then again build that pile. Okay, nowhere to play a red 7. Okay, so I don't have a multiple of 3. No. Now I don't, because I played that too, I think. And so I'm going to continue to play through the cards and like just cycle them out until I can put this one up there, I guess, unless something better comes up. Oh, shoot. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna have to keep cycling through it. Another thing I should mention is that you are allowed to bring things, as you are allowed to bring things from down here up to the winning piles, you're allowed to bring things from the winning piles back down. And so, this can be useful if you need to play something to not have a multiple of 3, for example, or to move something else. If I needed to play red 3, for example, what I could do is take this 4 back down so that I could play that red 3. But I don't need to do that, but I did want to mention that. Like this, if I wanted to play this. Come on now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so I don't want to arbitrarily get rid of one. Make note of that. If I get rid of one, then I will be stuck with the same 3. I'm not sure I'm gonna win this one, but that's alright. Okay, I think there was a red 7 in here somewhere. I'm not sure. Let's just play this. You know, got nothing to lose, really. Well, except the game. I could lose the game, but... Actually, I'm gonna play this. Jack there. Okay, now, I don't have a multiple of 3, so my fate is looking up yet again. This is perfect. I have an example now. I can bring this down so that I can play this. Now, if it frees up to 7, I can put the 7 here. Move the 6 on top of it to open up a space, and then play the king that was under that. Absolutely amazing 3 pull. Now I'm gonna move this red queen. So that I can flip this one up. 4 is gone. I think what I'm gonna do is take this 3 down here. And so I can move to 2. And see what she's been hiding from me. Ah, perfect. I can move this 9 pile to either here or here. I suppose I'll move it to here. But it really doesn't matter too much. I mean, it may matter later. If I were to say need one of those 10s. So if I was like considering moving that 9 to here or here, and I was closer in the game to getting a 10 up here, then I might have a bias towards one, but right now it's like they're equal to me. Okay, alright, I think that's all we can do for now. I might be missing something, but you know, that's how we learn, I guess. If y'all have seen something that I haven't seen, you can let me know. Alright, black 6. I'm not sure. I am not quite sure. Because if I put this down, if I had a black 6, I could move the 5 onto it. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that though. I'm not really expecting to win, but I might be pleasantly surprised, who knows. Red 6, perhaps. Oh, okay, so now I have a multiple of 3. Well, let's see. What 2 cards do I have then? A 10. Okay. And a jack. Shoot. Oh, wait, no. I miscounted. Whoops. Got ahead of myself. Alright, maybe we can still do this. Okay, now I have a multiple of 6. I don't know. I guess I'll just play this 7 then. I see. I don't know if one of y'all like saw that before me, but if you did, congratulations. I can move the 6, but yeah, I think I should. Let's try that. Oh, there's cards under that. I see. Sorry, I know that was a little fast-paced. Hopefully that made sense. I just moved the things that I didn't see that I could move, and then moved the things that were under the piles up. So now I'm pretty sure that the only pile that's still hidden is under here. So let's see, what do I got? 5 cards in my hand. Okay, alright. I'm gonna cycle through them all. So what do I have? A black queen, a black jack, a red 10. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not sure my mind is quite here yet. Now I have 2 cards left. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, this is amazing. This is brilliant. I love winning in Solitaire, it's so satisfying. I can move this up here. Ace. Ace of hearts, there we go. 4 of spades. Okay, so everything is visible. Now what I will say about that is, technically, if everything is flipped up, you will win, like you've won already. That's, it's impossible to not, once everything is flipped up. And so, basically, I can say, okay, I've won. But the most satisfying part of a game of Solitaire is the winning of it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that by completing the piles. Sometimes it's a little embarrassing because, like, once you've won like this and you're trying to complete the piles, you may think to yourself, like, oh wait, no, I actually can't win. And then you realize, like, you just didn't see it because, like, of course you can. But let's do it. Straighten them out so it's more satisfying. King, 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 king. Alright, I mean, feast your eyes. On a completed game of Solitaire. Clubs, spades, diamonds, hearts. I'm actually really surprised I won. I was thinking I would have to play multiple games in this video to show you. But hopefully you got the gist of it. I actually had a really good time playing this with you. And yeah, let me know if you already knew how to play Solitaire. Let me know how you play differently. And if you didn't know, let me know if this video was informative or at least fun to watch. Yeah, so I'm just gonna shuffle them back together. And rinse, repeat. You can just play again from here now. Just make sure to shuffle really well before you start your next round, because it's not fun if it's not well shuffled. Well, anyways, let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and have a great rest of your night or day.